The universe had known peace for nearly 3 centuries. The Galactic Alliance of sentient species had established trade routes, cultural exchanges, and mutual defense pacts that bound together over 47 distinct civilizations. But nobody talked about the fluid devices. Nobody dared. Captain Thomas Reed of the Earth Expeditionary Force gazed through the viewport of his ship, the Intrepid. Stars glimmered against the infinite darkness as his vessel drifted silently at the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy. "Sir, we've picked up unusual energy signatures from the 4th planet," Lieutenant Wilson reported, her eyes never leaving her console. "The patterns match historical records of fluid device activity." A chill ran through the bridge crew. No one had encountered active fluid devices in over a century. The last civilization that had, the prismatic hegemony, was reduced to ash in less than a week. "Maintain distance. Alert Alliance Command immediately," Reed ordered, his voice steady despite the fear building in his chest. The fluid devices had first appeared nearly 500 years ago. No one knew their origin, only that they weren't built by any known species. Appearing as liquid metal spheres roughly the size of a human fist, they seemed harmless until activated. Then, they would reshape into weapons of terrifying, destructive capability, consuming any matter they touched to fuel their expansion. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission from the planet's surface," Communications Officer Jackson announced, confusion evident in his voice. "It's in standard Alliance language." "Sir, put it through," Reed commanded. A holographic display flickered to life, revealing the face of a human woman with weathered skin and determined eyes. "This is Dr. Elaine Mitchell of Project Gods, Gravitational Oscillation Defense Systems. We need immediate extraction. We've made a breakthrough with the devices, but we're under attack." Reed's jaw dropped. "Did you say you're working with fluid devices? That's strictly prohibited by—" "Captain, with all due respect, we don't have time for Alliance regulations," Dr. Mitchell interrupted. "We discovered something everyone missed. The fluid devices aren't weapons. They're tools, abandoned by their creators. And they respond to human neural patterns in ways they don't with other species." "Sir," Wilson interjected, "long-range scanners are picking up multiple ships approaching the planet. They're not broadcasting Alliance IDs." Reed hesitated only briefly. "Prepare a landing team. We're going down there." The surface of the planet was a study in contrasts, a lush jungle surrounding the stark geometric shapes of a research compound. As Reed's team disembarked from their shuttle, Dr. Mitchell rushed to meet them, clutching a metallic case. "Thank you for coming," she said breathlessly. "The mercenaries will be here soon. They work for private interests that want the devices for themselves." "Dr. Mitchell, you need to explain exactly what you've been doing here," Reed demanded as they hurried inside the compound's main structure. The scientist led them to a secure laboratory where 3 fluid devices hovered above, specialized containment platforms. Unlike the silver liquid spheres described in historical records, these pulsed with a gentle blue light. "Humanity has something unique," Dr. Mitchell explained, activating a display screen. "Our brains produce specific electromagnetic patterns that can interface with these devices at a fundamental level. We've named our research team Gods, because what we discovered is nothing short of divine intervention in our species' fate." The screen showed brainwave patterns alongside corresponding reactions from the devices. The devices were created by an ancient race we call the Architects. They weren't weapons. They were terraforming tools designed to respond to thought commands. The problem was that when found by species whose neural patterns weren't compatible, the devices defaulted to consuming nearby matter to seek out their creators. "And humans can control them?" Reed asked incredulously. "Not just control them," Dr. Mitchell replied with a smile. "We can communicate with them. They're partially sentient, designed to learn and adapt. And they've been waiting for a compatible species for thousands of years." An explosion rocked the compound. Wilson checked her tactical display. "Captain, hostiles have breached the perimeter." "How many devices do you have?" Reed asked urgently. "Just these 3. But that's all we need." Dr. Mitchell approached the hovering spheres. "They can replicate if given resources and direction." She extended her hand toward the devices, and to Reed's astonishment, they floated to her, orbiting her arm like tiny moons. "I need your help." "Captain," she said, "the Alliance fears what it doesn't understand. These devices could transform worlds, create habitats in the most hostile environments, even defend against cosmic threats. But if they fall into the wrong hands..." Reed made his decision. "Lieutenant Wilson, set up a defensive perimeter. Jackson, contact the Intrepid and request immediate backup." As mercenaries breached the laboratory doors, Dr. Mitchell closed her eyes in concentration. The three fluid devices shot forward, transforming as they moved, not into weapons of destruction, but into a shimmering barrier that absorbed the incoming weapons fire. Reed watched in awe as the devices responded perfectly to Mitchell's mental commands, protecting the humans while neutralizing the attackers without killing them. 3 months later, Captain Reed stood before the Alliance Council, Dr. Mitchell at his side. "The Gods Project has demonstrated complete control over what we now know are called architect restoration tools," Reed stated formally. "Humanity has been recognized by these ancient devices as genetically similar enough to their creators to command them safely." The alien representatives murmured among themselves. An elder counselor rose from her seat. "And you propose that humans should become the sole custodians of these powerful technologies?" "Not sole custodians," Dr. Mitchell corrected. "Teachers. We can show others how to safely interact with the devices. What was once feared can become the foundation of a new era of prosperity." Reed nodded in agreement. "The devices that everyone feared will now serve all civilizations, under human guidance, not because we wish to rule, but because, through some cosmic coincidence, we are the ones who can hear their call." The Council voted unanimously to approve the Gods Initiative. What had once inspired terror across the galaxies would now build bridges between worlds. Humanity had found its unique place in the cosmos, not as conquerors, but as caretakers of lost knowledge, guardians of powerful tools that could shape the future of all species. And Captain Reed, watching Dr. Mitchell teach a young alien child how to communicate with a small, gently glowing sphere, knew that the universe would never be the same again.